Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eniola and I'm going to be doing a 24-hour reading challenge today. Yeah! Okay, so this is my first one and I got inspired by my friend Ivana. Shout out to you. I'm very excited for this. I have quite a few books that I have to get through, so I feel like this is going to help me be very focused. Luckily enough, I have nowhere to be today or tomorrow. So I'm sure that I can do it. It is officially, what is the time? 3:15 p.m. right now, and I'm gonna start in just a little bit. I'm predicting that by the end of the 24 hours, I would have read 3 books. We'll see if I can actually do it. I'll show you some of the books that I have on my list. Right now, I'm reading, what's it called? A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So this one I literally I would say I just started. I just reached 67% of the book. It says here that I have an hour, at this rate that I'm reading, an hour and 37 minutes left. I've read 3 hours and 15 minutes already, so we'll see how that one goes. I'm pretty excited for it. Well, now I'm getting excited, but it's like part 3 of the book because the book is split into parts, and I'm like, what, 61% in it. I have a few thoughts about this book so far, but I'm gonna keep them until I'm done reading it. And then I'm going to give you my thoughts. And then I have Legend Board. I am so excited for this book. Courtesy of Ivana again. She really got me really excited for this one. Also because like I'm trying to read books that have more like black main characters, or are written by black authors. So this is one of my very few ones that I'm going to read. Fana's making me an extensive list, so shout out to her for that one. But the whole plot of this book, I'm very excited for it. My sister read it a year ago, and she was telling me like the premise, and I was like, ooh, brother, ooh. But then I went and read some reviews. I talked to Ivana, and she is hyping this book up. So I really hope it does not flop or, fall short of the hype that it has on like Book Talk and everywhere. I'm just bummed that like the third book is not out yet. It's supposed to be on next year. But anyways, really excited for this book also because it's a King Arthur like Merlin like retelling, which is one of my absolute favorite things like ever. Because I watched Merlin when I was growing up. It's one of my favorite shows to watch. So I'm very, very, very excited for this one. And lucky for me, my sister bought the first and the second one, so I'm borrowing her book. But without further ado, let's start this thing. I finished it. Oh my god. Oh my god. It officially took me 4 hours and 14 minutes to read this. See, I'm gonna like give my rating for this book without any spoilers. I think I would rate it like a 3. That sounds mean, but I would rate it a 3. It wasn't anything special. It felt like I was reading Pretty Little Liars in like book form. And I hate that the people on the interwebs, like overhypes this up as they do. There are some good aspects in this book. Pip annoyed me as a character, but I don't like a lot of female leads, like female main characters, so that's not anything. I really like Ravi. Ravi is my favorite character in the whole thing. Like, there was no plot twist that really, like, yeah, I'm so bamboozled, it was a little, the writing was a little meh. Also, the back and forth between the first person and third person kind of messed with my mind, and I was like, why can't we just stick to one? Like, but by the time I got to part 3 of the book, I got used to it, so that was not bad. I'm glad it's done. I don't necessarily know. I don't know if I'm gonna read the second or the third book. Um, I have it on hold. The second book, I am 161st in line. So about 20 weeks out. And for the third book, I am 97th in line. 14 weeks out. So that's fun. So I'm gonna start reading Legendborn because I'm actually really excited. I have no idea where I put it. Oh, it's over there. I have it on Libby. So I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna start reading it on here. I'm very excited for this book. And I really hope, you know, this time. I can't believe I'm only an hour and 8 minutes into this. There's no way. There's no way. Okay. Oh, this book only has, well, on here it has 488 pages. So, okay. I'm going to start it right here. I forgot to add that I've been documenting the books that I've been reading. Well, I just started it, a reading list on Notion, because I'm like, I need to start keeping better track of the books I'm reading and like my thoughts towards them and all of that. So I started Notion. I started one for Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and now I'm going to update it. It's so, like, look at it. It's so extensive. Like, I've got all these categories and stuff. I don't know when I finished it because I feel like I'm so bad at keeping track of like the books that I've read and stuff like that. So this is what I've got so far. These were the notes that I had because I was just like, this is not. I updated this yesterday. But I'm gonna update it now with my thoughts and my final rating, which is 3, and I'm gonna start reading Legendborn. It is 3:29 a.m. I think I'm officially losing it. Oh my god, my music is so loud. Okay, so I've made so much progress, but I feel like I have not made any progress at all. Oh my god. This book is messing with me. Okay, so I've officially read 6 hours, 35 minutes, 48 seconds, and I am literally like, listen to my mind. So I am on part 4, Splinter. I am 339 pages in, which means I am 69% like to this book. It says with my reading rate, I should be done in an hour and 18 minutes. So now, could I finish this book tonight before I go to sleep? Yes, I can. However, I feel like part 4 showing up is such a good place to be. Oh my god, because it's like a sign and a time for me to wrap this up. So I'm gonna go sleep and I'm gonna tackle this in the morning. Oh my god. Okay, it is morning. It is currently 10:29 a.m. I'm not gonna say when I went to bed, and I'm not gonna say when I woke up. I went on Goodreads after last night. This was like delirious. This was around like almost 4 a.m. at this point, because I wanted to see what the reviews were saying. Pretty high. Most of them were pretty high, closer to the rating that I'm giving Legendborn. So I'm like, well, on the right path. I did find a review someone who was like, oh my god, like a lot of the world building stuff is very info dumpy, and I'm like, I have to agree with that. It is very info dumpy. Anyways, so I am going to start reading. My goal is to finish today. I don't think I will because again, I live in an African household and like you can never get peace. But my goal is to get to 12 hours is my goal. A miraculous goal is if I can get to 18 hours by the time I have to go to sleep at ass crack of dawn. Okay, so I am 69% into this book. According to Libby, I will finish this book in an hour and 18 minutes. So let's see if I'll finish it earlier. I like to test myself. Okay. I've officially finished Legendborn, and I am fairly like, I'm cheesing so hard. I'm cheesing so hard because part 4 was everything. Part 4 was literally everything. Like the way, like if the book didn't end the way it ended, oh my god, like I rated it a 4. A 4. It is fantastic. I have no words. I'm literally just in awe. Like I'm still reading. I don't think I'm sane enough to like be doing this. I'm starting to get hungry, but I'm gonna start reading the second book. So let me see. This is crazy. So it took me 5 hours and 49 minutes to read this book, which, you know, it makes sense. Like I'm just like in awe. Like I have no words to say. Also, like I am so in love with Nick. Sorry, I'm so in love with Sal, but I also really, really, really like Nick. And I don't know if I can pick. Okay, gun to my head, I would be able to pick. The gun might almost go off, but I'll be able to pick, but it would be so hard because I love them both. Anyways, on to the next book. This is my sister's book. Shout out to her for real. Also, why is this book so fat? I'm sorry, but I need to know how many pages are actually in this book. 551 pages. 551 pages in this book. So I'm gonna take a gander that if I read this straight, no distractions, I should be able to read it in exactly 5 hours. However, if I read this with distractions, meaning like if my phone buzzes or like my sibling comes in here or like I get called by my mom or something like that, it's going to take a little bit longer. Because my goal, if I don't get hungry anytime soon, I can finish this book by 5 o'clock. So right now it's 12:21 p.m. However, I think if I distractions, I can finish this book by 5:30. But if there's distractions, I feel like I won't be able to finish this book until 7 p.m. But I'm gonna keep you guys updated. It is officially 7:50 p.m. and my brain is starting to check out. Also because I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. So I think I'm gonna take a power nap, and I'm I'm hoping I can wake up at 10. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Right now I am on chapter 47 and I've read 14 hours, 17 minutes and 27 seconds. Hi friends. I am back. I took that was not even an hour long, like the nap that I took. It was just like a little bit over an hour, and then my friend called me. I got up around like 10:30, 10:40, something like that, and I just got off the phone with her, and I am actually very sleepy. Like, surprisingly, I am sleepy, and I wasn't expecting to be this sleepy. So this is where we have literally reached at this point. It is 11:57. I am never doing this again. This is so stressful. But once I finish this book, I'm going to go to sleep. Like, I'm starting to really lose my mind, y'all. But I'm gonna get started. I really want to get to 17 hours before I go to sleep again today. And then tomorrow, again, I have nothing to do and I'm just gonna like crush it. Cannot believe it has taken me, it will take me over a span of 3 days to get 24 hours. Like, that is actually the craziest thing ever. But I'm gonna focus and I'm gonna get on my Zoom. It is currently 2 a.m. exactly. And I finished this book. And it kind of sucks that my earlier predictions were incorrect. I'm estimating it took me like 7 hours to read this. But oh my god, I am so exhausted. But this book was a lot. This book, it was even more intense and more heavy than the first one. I will be rating it I'm still bouncing between 4.2 or 4.3. But I think I'll decide when I wake up, because then I'll be like sane enough to think about everything. But I will say that I demand a prequel of Nick and Sel's story. Like, at this point, I don't care about Brie. I just want to know stuff about Nick and Sel and how they grew up and their story. Like, I'm nosy. I want to be in their business. I am very proud of Brie. From one black girl to the other, I'm very proud of Brie. And she is a little annoying in the book. She's a little annoying, a little dense sometimes. And I'm like, girl, like, I like, why are you so slow? But I have to, oh my gosh, I have to give her the benefit of a doubt. And be like, oh, she's just a kid. Well, she turned 17 in this book now, so she's not a kid anymore. But I relate so much to the coming of age, to being, the way the author put it, to being the first when it comes to like black people. Because in our generation, especially with black women, a lot of us are first for a lot of things, and like me included. And it was really emotional to read this and to just like read Brie's story and just see myself in some of her struggle and her loss and her grief. And Tracy just wrote this so well. Like, I definitely will be checking out some of her other books, but I have to cover first. Tracy wrote this so well. The world building is fantastic, and all the characters in one way or the other are solidified in me. I'm so glad Will didn't die. That would have broke me. Or Greer either. That would have shattered me. The characters, the world building, everything is just wonderful. The tension that she writes between Arthur and Vera, the link between like Bree's powers and both of her ancestors. She writes this so like Tracy writes power struggle so well, and like at some point it felt so real. Not because I'm writing this at 2 a.m. but it felt so real, and I'm just reeling. I think my favorite characters after reading this. My favorite characters are Nick and Sal. I don't think I could choose between them. You know that TikTok meme where they're like, "Oh, put a gun to my head. Choose between this. The gun will go off." that's how I feel. So it asked me to choose between. But I am so proud of Bree for discovering her power and taking back her power. Surprisingly, her decision at the end of the book did not piss me off like any FMC would. I feel like I understand where she's coming from in the decision that she makes at the end of the book. And I wonder how it's going to play out in the third book, which I have to wait almost a year for. So there's that. I have a few options of what to read next. I feel like I don't want to read anything as heavy. I want something kind of kiki, something just a little silly, something with a happy ending. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Ha! Hello, welcome to the third day of the 24-hour challenge. I think I don't remember anything that I said last night. But I know I've officially finished 3 books so far. We're moving on to the next book. I feel like I will get to 5 books by the end of this challenge, which is a lot for me. Because like 5 books would have been what I would have read this whole month and not in a span of 3 days. But anyways, this is Terms and Conditions. It's the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. The first book is called Fine Print. I read that one last year. I enjoyed it actually. Contrary to what the people on the TikToks and the book talks and the booktubes and the bookstagrams are saying, I actually really liked it. I think I rated it at 3.3? Between a 3.3 and a 3.5. I don't remember fully what I rated it. But this is the second one. I've been told that this is the brother I'm gonna like least. So I'm not looking forward to that one. But Iris Elizabeth Kane is the main character. This book, she is black. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really excited to read this, because hello, my black queens, stand them. And she's also amazing. And the plot is forced proximity, fake marriage, that whole bit. Like that is basically Declan is a billionaire, and that's basically the plot of the book. There's more plot than that, but technically it is that they're in the first book anyways, from what I remember, their grandfather passed away and then gave them all their inheritance, but then he added like a little clause in it for them to gain said inheritance. So the first book, The Fine Print Romans, I think his grandfather told them to run over their version of Disneyland in the book. So Rowan is like the president, CEO, something of that. And then he had to run it for, was it 3 months or something like that? Or 6 months? One or the other. And he had to revamp it, and then that's how he met his love interest. And then I think Declan's is, he has to get married and be on and have an heir before he can take over his family's media empire. That was his grandfather's clause. And then he decided to fake marry his assistant. LOL. And then they fall in love, of course. I'm gonna enjoy this mostly because I feel like I'm going to enjoy just Iris's like point of view, because I feel like she's hilarious. Bobby Fuller hilarious. There is a playlist right here. I will not listen to it because I am on a no secular music banned for this month, so I'm just gonna keep on bopping the K-pop that you guys hear in the background, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. What is the time? Hey Google, what's the time? It is 3:52 p.m. and I've officially read, I think, 16 hours and 10 minutes or something like that. I don't remember, but I know it's 16 hours and something minutes. My goal at the end of today is to get to 20 hours because I'm starting really late. So we will see how that's gonna go. I'm gonna go get food and then I'm gonna dive right into this. I am so angry. Also, I have been reading this much consistently, no breaks, but I am so pissed. And Rowan is my favorite brother, I've decided. But I really like Cal. He's so funny. Like, he's so hilarious. There's so many things about this book that I wasn't expecting. One, for starters, Cal and Iris to be besties. I was not expecting that. Two, for Iris to suggest a marriage. I also was not expecting that either, because, you know, in every like fake marriage like book, usually it's the guy that like suggests it, but she's the one who suggested it, and I'm just like, oh my god. And also, I haven't had any moments to be upset at Iris, which is like so great. Oh my god, it's so hot. And also the dual POVs, I think it's because I read you at the first one, so I knew it was gonna happen. But it's written so well. Like, you know, sometimes when you read dual POVs and it feels like whiplash because you're going back and forth. You're like, please stop, I can't. But Lauren Asher writes this so well. Her writing is really great. I think I might end up giving this book a 3.7. But we will see, because I'm enjoying it more than I expected, which is always good because I like to be surprised, not disappointed. But I'm so mad at Declan because, like, I relate to Iris in a few ways. I'm not gonna mention them because I'm not gonna expose myself. This scene that I just read, I'm so pissed because, like, this is me if I were to get into a relationship. Like, this would be like some of my concerns. And to just like listen to Declan like speak to her the way he just did right now, like, I've been giving him the benefit of a doubt, you know, because I'm just like, you know, he also has issues, he has problems. But oh my god, I'm so angry. I'm like, wrap it up. I don't want to read this anymore. I'm gonna get back to the book. I finished it in 4 hours. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This was so fun to read. After this, I'm convinced that I love love. Please don't quote me on that because I'm still a tough girl. Give me mom room actually. Okay. I'm a fantasy girl. True and true. Give me my crime thrillers and the occasional horror story. Maybe I need to slow it down a little bit. I read one romance book and I'm like, yeah. But this was so good. This was written so well. Yeah, I think my rating will be, okay, the book isn't anything special. I'm contradicting myself. But it made me laugh a lot. I love the banter so much. They are so funny. You get me Roman and Zara, and Cal is so funny. But I don't know if I want to read his book. I don't think I want to read. I don't know if I want to read this book yet, but we will see. But this was so good. This was so good. Okay, I think I'm gonna stick my rating right now because I'm still high off the book. But I think I'll come back. I think I might just end up giving it like a 3.4. It's still better than what I anticipated I was gonna give it. But it's a good read. It's a really, really, really good read. Shout out to Lauren Atcher for this one. She ate, slayed, and devoured. I have 4 hours left. I'm gonna read as much as I can tonight. It is currently 10:48 p.m. I think I might start Red, White, and Royal Blue because it gives me just the same amount of serotonin. And then that might be my last book, but because that one is slightly smaller than this one, so it'd probably take me 3 hours to read that one. And then I might just be like, let's wrap it up. I'm just happy that like my initial goal at the end was to read 3 books. And I'm reading my 5th one, which I'm gonna finish. So I'm very proud of myself for that one. Yeah. Red, White, and Royal Blue. I went to go get it. The first time I read this book, I rated it a 4. I'm gonna reread it again, and I've watched the movie that they made. It was actually the movie that got me into the book because I was like, I'm a sucker for give me anything with like cute romance between a guy and a girl and a girl, a guy and a guy. I don't care. Just give me, you know. And it was so good. I was like, what is this book? And I read it all in one day. I think it took me like 3 hours and something to read it. It is so good. Like, oh my God. Like, it is so good. When did this book even drop? Wasn't it last year? Was it last year? Anyways, it has 418 pages. That's what it has. Anyways, I am really excited to dive right into this. It is literally like arguably one of my favorite books that I've ever read. So I'm very excited to to read it. What time is it before I start? It is 10:51. I'm gonna start at 11 just because my brain needs a break and like I think words are starting to swim across my face. I've never read this many books in this amount of time and it's literally crazy. So whatever I can read before now at midnight, because I have church tomorrow and I have to go to sleep. Oh my gosh, speaking of church, this is me remembering that I have to go do stuff for church for tomorrow and I literally forgot. Oh my God. Okay, so I may or may not read this book. I will keep you guys posted. I am so brain dead. I am so brain dead. I literally never want to look at another book again. The words are swimming in front of my eyes. And it is only 10:52 p.m. But I have been doing this for the past 4 days. Like I'm so like deep into this book, I didn't even realize that my 24 hours was up. Like a day and 47 seconds, and I've been reading for 3 hours and 40 minutes, like just straight. Also, I thought it would take me 4 hours to read this book, but I guess not. I still have quite a few to get through. Like I haven't even reached like the where everything goes to shit. I haven't even reached that part. Like the shit show, I haven't even gone there. Like this is all just build up, fluff, fluff is kind of, but build up everything, all of that. It's safe to say that I love this book just as much, maybe even more than the first time that I read it. And I'm next time I read it, it will be a next time. I'm gonna annotate even better. I'm gonna get sticky notes and everything. I pulled out my highlighters and my pencil. Like it was that bad. I had to write in there because I was just like, this is too good. Like I can't do this. Also, I appreciate her writing this from Alex's point of view and not Harry's. I love the both of them. But if this was from Harry, I would have died. I feel like it wouldn't have been as good. Like I would have been so bored. I'd have been like, I can't do this. Also, my brain is so tired. I don't think I can do this anymore for the rest of the night. Okay. I had to like go and get my brain to like work for a little bit. I made a notes because I was like, there's no way I'm going to remember. But I'm gonna start with how I feel, which is absolutely brain dead. Like I don't think I've slept properly in the past few days. But that's fine because I'm very proud of myself for getting through this. Like there was a point where I think I wasn't even like 10 hours in and I was like, I'm gonna give up. I'm like, I can't do this. Like somebody get me out. But I persevered and I'm very proud of myself. I read a total of 5 books. Yes, I'm counting Red, White, and Royal Blue as a finished book because I only have, I think, 100 pages left or so to get through. So that is a finished book. So I read 5 books. I'm gonna like talk about them without like giving spoilers. But I'm gonna talk about what I learned from this thing. First of all, 24 hours is a lot. Like there's so much you can accomplish in 24 hours. I feel like I have not seen my family. I have not talked to my friends. I have not done anything in 24 hours. Like even my Instagram screen time like mine went down, like because I'm usually on Instagram and that's how I know like I really have been immersed in this. But I also learned that I'm a slower reader than I thought I was. Like I thought I was a pretty fast reader. Libby, you really do be lying to me because when I finish books earlier than Libby would tell me that I can finish a book, I'd be like, yes, slay nothing. The other thing that this is slayed are my delusions. Also, I think it's just because I really struggled when I started reading Legendborn. Like there was so much information to get through that my brain like slowed down to comprehend like everything that was just going on because there was a lot. I think on Legendborn alone, I spent 14 hours or so reading Legendborn and Bloodmarked because I spent 5 hours and something on Legendborn and like 8 hours on Bloodmarked. So I don't know if my math is correct, but that's okay. I don't care. I do need to start reading more romance books. I think I'm in my romance era and I need to stop lying to myself and denying it. So if anybody has Rex, okay, I am taking Rex. And they have to, like, I don't care, like, what they are. They have romance, like, I'm down. If they're big, small, like, 100 pages, 600 pages, I don't care. Like, I'll add them to my list. Like, I have a goal that I want to meet before the end of the summer, so I need lots and lots and lots of Rex. And if there's any Rex by Black authors as well, or they have, like, Black main characters, I'm exclusively looking for Rex in those categories as well. I think my favorite book out of all the books that I read is Bloodmarked. Not Legendborn, Bloodmarked, the second book in the series. Something about that book just like broke me, like stressed me, put me through an emotional roller coaster. Like it was everything and just, oh my gosh, like it was. Anyways, I connected with that book so much. I did enjoy reading Terms and Conditions. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I liked it. Honestly, like I love banter in a book. Like that's my favorite thing. Like if one or both of the main characters are funny, the book is most likely going to get a high rating for me. I don't think I rated any book that I read. I think the highest rating I gave was 4.3 for Bloodmoth, if I remember correctly. Also, I'm just glad that I enjoyed Red, White, and Royal Blue as much as the first time. I was reading some of the reviews before I started, and they on Goodreads, some of them were not very pleasant. I was like, oh, am I Delulu? No, I'm not Delulu. I am not Delulu. I like what I like, and that's that. But thank you so much if you made it to the end of this. Thank you so much for watching me get progressively insane. I'm progressively stressed out by this challenge. I am going to enjoy my sleep tonight. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and like leave fun comments in the comments, or like text me about your thoughts. And if you read any of these books, share your thoughts. I want to know what you think. If I'm being delulu, probably, or I actually do have. I'm actually right in what I'm saying about some of these books. Anyways, I'm